Hi friends, welcome to my Flosstube channel, XO Needle in the Hay XO. My name is Annie and this is a channel all about my personal cross-stitch endeavors. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back to see me, and if you are new here, thank you so much for checking out my channel. I really hope you like what you see and you will leave a comment and subscribe. Let me just give you a little roadmap of today's episode since it will be different than a regular floss tube. Today I've decided I will only show you my starts and finishes, and that is because I haven't seen you in a really long time, and if I were to show you my starts and my finishes and my whips since I last saw you, this would be a super duper long episode. So I thought today we would just do starts and finishes. And part 2 of this episode, which will be released by the end of the year, will be everyone's favorite, the Grand Whip Parade. Okay, let us get started. Before I jump into my starts and finishes, I wanted to give a shout out to Ana Luisa Jewelry. If you are a returning viewer, you know that I love them so much, and I wanted to show you my new chunky chain that I got from them. And if you are a new viewer, I wanted to let you know, since it is the gift giving season after all, that their packaging is perfect for gift giving. I talked about this in my last episode, but for anyone who might be new here, I just really want to quickly share it again. I have a stack of beautiful boxes here that I want to show you. If you're not a great gift wrapper, if you don't like it, if you're not great at it, or if you are last minute shopping and you want to send a gift directly to your loved one, I do recommend Ana Luisa Jewelry because this is how it comes packaged in the mail. It is so beautiful and thoughtful. How cute is that? You can find them in the link below in my description box. I've talked about this before, but I wanted to reiterate that one thing I love about Ana Luisa Jewelry is their sustainability efforts. I really encourage you to go to their website and read about that, as well as their 2-year tarnish-free guarantee. Okay, let's jump into my finishes. First up, I have 2 FFOs to show you. They are both ornaments. The first one I stitched from this book, Modern Motifs and Borders in Cross Stitch by Maria Diaz. I found this, I believe, on thriftbooks.com, one of my favorite places to get books. There are 400 adorable motifs in this. I'll show you the back. Let me see if I can show you some pictures without exposing the charts. Oh, here we go. I love all the patterns in here. Not only are there, like singular motifs, but Maria Diaz also does some great patterns. Look at that green plaid with the floral. How cool is that? And there are adorable stitches of people as well as animals. Here's some there. How cute. So, you can pick and choose and make your own adorable sampler. Let me just show you a few more. How cute is that? I chose to do this deer in the very middle here because I love how the negative space is what makes, is the focal point of this little stitch. And here it is. This is done in the called for DMC on 32 count opalescent white. I wanted my deer in the middle to have a little shimmer there. Can you see it? A little bit. And I backed it with some vintage Christmas fabric. How cute is that? My second finish is also an ornament, and that is Christmas Cheetahs by the Blue Flower. I got this pattern over the weekend at the Jingle Ball, and I finished this in maybe 2 sittings. It's a really quick and fun stitch. This is done on 40 count plum by Fiber on a Whim using the called for DMC. And let me tell you, do you see the light bulbs on the string lights? I will admit that I traveled a whole lot on this piece. And you know, that is okay because it is done on dark fabric, and the beauty of dark fabric is you cannot see your traveling stitches. And check out the fabric on the back. How cute is that? That is my second FFO. These two ornaments will go on my cross stitch Christmas tree. Okay, next up I have several finishes that are not FFO'd. The first being Kathy Barrick's Gilded Cage. This is a pattern from, I believe, the year 2000. I own the vintage copy, which is under the name Kathy Barrick, but if you're looking for a new pattern, you can find it under Carriage House Samplings now. This is a full MPI conversion because I just didn't have any of the called for colors, and it is done on 40 count Peach of My Heart by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. How pretty is that? I'm trying to get it in the right light. Oh, there we go. Do you notice the bottom of the cage here? The floral motif echoes the border. I love that little detail so very much. It's just a really sweet little stitch. Okay, next up is another small Kathy Barrick. This came out, was it at Market? I don't know. This is a fairly new Kathy Barrick. It's called Nipped in the Bud. This is done using a Oversoie silk conversion. I think that the pink is called for. And it is done on 40 count Crypt Cloth by Lap and Loops. I love morning stitches, morning jewelry. I know this is a sad stitch, but it really speaks to me. Look at the beautiful pattern in her hair and those sweet teardrops. Okay, that is Nipped in the Bud by Kathy Barrick. Lastly, the last finish I have to show you, a very exciting one. We all know it. This is Cherry Magpie by Jed X Stitch. Let me see if I can bring this closer. Oh, there we go. There's really not much to say about this one except it's stunning, and I will let you just admire it while I try and figure out my reverse camera. There we go. Beautiful, isn't it? It's a Paintbox Threads conversion done on 36 count Beetroot by Fox and Rabbit. Okay, those are all of the finishes I have to show you. Next up, we have all my starts. I'm really excited that I have some new projects to share with you. Since I last saw you for a regular Flosstube episode 4 to 5 months ago, I have a little pile of new starts here, and we will kick it off with something seasonal and classic, and that is the Prairie Schooler Santa. I am doing the 2020 Santa this year. I started this with Kansas City Stitcher Samantha. Last year on Thanksgiving Day, we started a Prairie Schooler Santa together. And this year, while I missed the start date because I wasn't feeling so well, I did manage to start a few days later. This one, how cute are these flying bunnies? I am almost done. I feel like I'm gonna finish this tonight. This is done with the called for DMC on 36 count swag art. I believe this is called mini dots on raw linen. I have heard rumors that this has been discontinued, and I don't know, I think we need to stage a protest if so, because this fabric is so cute and works for so many stitches. I did last year's Prairie Schooler Santa stitch on this as well. Now, if you'll notice in this pattern, it says North Wind up here, and I was considering leaving that out because I just, wasn't sure what North Wind referred to. So I Googled it, and it is actually a reference to an Aesop's fable, which I will let you look up. It is called, I believe, The North Wind and the Sun. So now that I've read that fable and know the tale, I will actually be stitching the words North Wind in my stitch. How cute is that? Oh, it'll be so perfect with the candy cane in there. I can't wait to get that in. Okay. My next start is a Kathy Barrick Baltimore album quilt. This is fairly new. I think this was released at the last market in August. And, being in Baltimore and being a Kathy Barrick piece, there's no way I was not going to do this. I started in the very center with my own NPI conversion. I thought I would give it some more maybe primary color vibe. This is done on 56 count antique white, again with my own full conversion to sort of more punchy modern colors. Baltimore album quilt by Kathy Barrick. Okay, another start I have is Halloween, and that is Erin Elizabeth Designs Spells and Potions. Again, I believe this is brand new. A new market release this year in August. I did a thread conversion on this because I had some fancy flosses that I thought would be perfect. I don't remember the names, but if you're interested, I can look it up for you. It's 2 colors. I believe they are both Cottage Garden threads. And this is done on 40 count gingerbread. I believe that's Fiber on a Whim. That's another one where, the negative space is really the focal point, which I love. I probably won't pick this up until next autumn, maybe? We'll see. Spells and Potions. And on the back of this board, I have another new start. And this is from a kit that I picked up at the V&A Museum in London. Everyone knows this little William Morris motif called the Strawberry Thief. The kit actually came with a poster that you can see here. It came with that beautiful poster, all of the threads, this 14 count, I believe, Navy Ada. And it actually came with a hoop, which I think I'll stain and display my finished piece in. I love to use all the parts of the kit when I'm doing a kit. I started this with Lulu Wibberley on Instagram, who visited the V&A Museum this year and picked up a kit as well. Very pretty. Next up is another kit that I got on eBay, and it is actually 100 Owls by Owl Forced Embroidery. I got this kit on eBay for the fraction of the price that it would have cost me to get it from the Owl Forest website. I feel like I paid like as much as shipping alone from Russia would be. The kit came with 32 count fabric, which is a little bit large for me, but like I was saying before, I like to use all the kit materials, so I thought how could I use 32 count fabric and make it suitable for my personal stitching style? So I attempted over 1 on 32 count, and it is so cute, but I was starting to question if the over 1 on 32 count was showing off these beautiful owl forest threads in a way that they deserve. So here's the over 1. So I thought, okay, let me start it on 40 count to see the difference. And this is on 40 count. I believe it's Heritage by Picture This Plus. And at first I wasn't sure if the 40 count was for me, but then after I put in the big owls, the this owl here and this snowy white owl here, I'm convinced that 40 count is the way to go. How pretty is that? I do want to finish this into a little bookmark and send it to a cross stitch friend that I met on the internet. That should be going to them at some point. Okay, that is 100 Owls by Owl Forest, and my last start, and it's a bucket list start, is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I was actually able to finish 2 blocks in October. My favorite block down here, They Would Envy Our Delight, and the block above it. I am using all of the called for DMC and stitching this on Ancient by Seraphim Fabrics, and it's 40 count. Look at the back stitching on the mummy on those bandages. How beautiful is this? This is a pretty hefty stitch, especially this second block that I completed is practically all fill in except for the top 2 rows there. Now you may notice, let me show you the chart. I am saving on some stitching by only doing a single line border for the blocks. I am having the blocks share a border to save myself a wee bit of stitching. This was so hard to put down, and I can't wait to start on the block above the mermaids there. I almost want to start it this year. Now that it's out and ironed and I'm looking at it, I might put a few stitches in this top block today. Okay, that's actually all of my starts. I have a special segment coming up next. I normally don't do a haul portion in my Flosstube episodes unless it's for vintage or thrifty things. However, in the spirit of the gift-giving season, I thought I would show you some new items that I have gotten for myself recently that I think would make a great gift for a stitcher in your life or for yourself. The first item is this beautiful Japanese embroidery fabric that I've been absolutely dying to get my hands on. I got this from Lindy Stitches. So what you do with this fabric is you dress these ladies up in a design of your choosing. Now, I'm not an embroiderer. However, if there's anything that's going to get me to learn, it is definitely dressing up these women. Also, I took a look at the fabric, and because I do stitch in pretty high count, I think I could actually cross stitch their outfits. I will let you know how that goes. Isn't that so pretty? Again, I got this from Lindy Stitches, and I believe it's called 100 Ladies fabric. I'm so excited about this. Next up, I spoke about this in my last episode. This is my personal project, A Year in Stitches Volume 1. It is a 36-page zine of my projects with information on each one. Now, like I said in my last video, I'm not so great about promoting my own work, so I am going to insert a little ditty that Steph from Lindy Stitches so kindly wrote about my zine on her Instagram. But I do think this would make a really, really great stocking stuffer for someone in your life. Next up, 2 items that I got several months ago that I have not used, and they are dye kits. I have been interested in dyeing my own linen, so I found these kits online by The Love of Color. Let me open one up for you. I got 2. One is natural dye, the other is indigo. And let me open up the natural dye kit. It comes beautifully boxed and easy to wrap. Instructions and all of these natural items for dyeing. Okay, I have yet to dive into that, but I'm excited to do so, and I think that'd be a really thoughtful gift for someone in your life. And lastly is another personal project of mine, and that's these 2 thread packs. Now I will say this one, heart-shaped box, is all sold out, but let me open it up and tell you about it. This is an exclusive product. You can only find it at Lindy Stitches. I collaborated with Pirate and Robin to bring you a new exclusive thread color for heart-shaped box. The exclusive thread color is called Pisces, and this thread pack is of course influenced by Nirvana, the In Utero album, as well as the song Heart-Shaped Box. I really channeled a 90s Pacific Northwest vibe. I don't know if you noticed, I chose Black Rose to commemorate Kurt Cobain's beautiful sweater. The other colors are, okay, so we have Black Rose, we have Latte, Abyss, Moss, and finally the new color, Pisces. Again, these are currently sold out on Lindy Stitches, but maybe we'll do another color run. We'll see. And the next thread pack is raining in Baltimore, and as you may know, I am here in Baltimore, and these colors were inspired by the city that I live in. Okay, inside are 5 colors, 4 existing and 1 new and exclusive. I'll show you the existing colors first. My favorite of all time, Gothic Raspberry, Werewolf, Midnight Blue, Mist, and the new exclusive color, 50 Miles East. For this color, I wanted to channel the Chesapeake Bay at sunrise, and I think Pirate and Robin did an amazing job. So those are two thread packs that I think would be great under the tree or in a stocking. I do believe that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope that you enjoyed yourself and you got some stitching in. Please stay tuned for part 2, which will be the whip parade coming up before the new year. Okay, as I always say, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye.